Meet the team time. Meet the team time with Mr. Matt Baker. Matt, thanks for joining me on this recorded Zoom so that the people can meet you.
You're welcome. Here anytime.
How's it going, man?
It's going well.
Yeah, you told me that you were a little bit sleep deprived, but you're powering through. And I saw earlier, are you drinking like, is that coffee you're drinking or is it Diet Coke like
Coffee.
Terry's
Always a
problem?
cup of coffee.
Are you a coffee guy? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I guess I do see you in the office sometimes messing with the little
Travel
Keurig.
mug. Always have the travel mug.
Do you? And are you like a straight black coffee, like a psycho, or do you like sweeten it up and make it all fancy?
Apparently, I'm a psycho.
Oh, do you go black coffee for real?
At home, always just a cup of black coffee. If I'm out at a coffee shop, I'll usually get something fancier.
Yeah, I do feel like there's something like extra manly if you just go straight black coffee, right? Oh, nice. Well, listen, the point of having this conversation is just so people can know the different folks on our team and like learn more about you. So give me just like if someone was to ask you, or if you were just meeting someone and they're like, tell me about yourself, how like what would you say to describe you and what you do and what you're about?
So I actually was born out in New Jersey. My dad had a job there for a few years, and I was born out there. I still claim New Jersey, honestly. Sorry,
Do
mom.
you really?
More just to annoy my mother, but
That's
that's
right.
why I'm a New York Jets fan.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. But then I moved here when I was two. I don't remember anything about New Jersey at
But I
all.
like that you're like sticking with the Jets. You're like, that is my real, that's where I was
That's my
born.
team.
That's your team. Okay.
Yeah.
Always on
Indy's
the
all
right
I
side.
ever remember. Lived in Brownsburg for the entire portion of my life that I can remember.
That's amazing. Well, there you go. And I'm assuming then you went to Brownsburg schools and Brownsburg High School, all that stuff.
Yeah. Went to
Super
Brownsburg
cool.
schools, K through 12. Then I went to IUPUI, got my bachelor's degree in psychology. And then right out of that, I just kind of changed gears and became a realtor.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So yeah, so tell me about what like that journey was like for you. So you're like, I think real estate might be an option. How does that get on your radar and all that?
So growing up, like I kind of always knew I've been a pretty relational guy, pretty friendly guy throughout my life, and really enjoyed being able to invest in deeper relationships. And so through high school and most of college, I thought that I was going to become a physical therapist, actually. Just had a bunch of old sports injuries, and that's how that came on the radar. But
Sure. Where'd you
after
go to college, by the
shadowing,
way?
pardon,
Where'd you go to college?
IUPUI.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, after shadowing for physical therapy, I just realized there's not nearly as much time for the physical therapist to interact with their clients. There's a lot of documenting these days, which was not really something I was looking forward to doing for the next 40 years. So
Yeah, really.
real estate had kind of always been something on the back of my mind, like stereotypical, like always liked watching HGTV, but I also really like problem solving. And there's
I love
certainly a
it
lot of that in this career.
for sure.
And yeah, after meeting with several different realtors that I knew, like I knew it's like this is definitely what I want to do.
Nice. That's cool. And you were on Andy's team before we kind of merged and became this merged team that we are now. How do
The
you,
better Wagner brother.
he is. I agree with that. That's fair. How did you guys knew each other through church, is that right?
Yeah, so I've known Andy for about 8 years now, I think, through church. His son was in this small group that I lead. I mentor some young students. Well, I guess they're not all that young anymore. They're seniors in high school, but been mentoring that group since they were in sixth grade, and Andy's son's been a part of that group.
Obviously, you're really involved with church. What other like hobbies or interests or things like are you into just outside of real estate life wise?
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely an avid reader, as you can probably see behind me,
I love it.
but
I love it.
also big into sports, love watching sports, but also love playing sports. Every single week, I played a like 3 to 4 hour open gym for volleyball, and I've also lately started to get catch the pickleball bug.
Oh yeah, yeah. Everybody's into that. Now, speaking of
Might
volleyball,
already be an obsession within 2 weeks,
are
but
you obsessed with it? That's so
yeah,
crazy. It's like a drug, man. Like people get hooked immediately and then they go hard, right? You're obsessed. That's fun though. Like, that's a good thing to be. That's a healthy addiction. It's a healthy obsession. Unlike my Diet Coke, which is an unhealthy addiction.
I feel like that's just a every dad thing. My dad's always
Think
been
so?
addicted to Diet Coke.
Really? So it's just dad life, maybe. Maybe that's it. Um, so you're doing pickleball. Let me ask you this: volleyball. Have you ever played volleyball with Megan Ferris?
I have not.
Did you know that she was a D1 volleyball player at the University of Evansville? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, she was a collegiate athlete, and that's kind of how we met her. And like Todd and I were buddies, and then Megan played on the volleyball team, and we had friends on the volleyball team, so we would go to some of their matches and games and stuff, and we would taunt the other team mercilessly and legendarily. And so we just got to know a lot of the volleyball players, and Megan was one of them. And then Todd and Megan started dating after that. So you should play. She was Megan was a setter at the time. Now she would be like a
Libero.
libero, yes. So and that was back in the olden days of like you played at 15 and you have side outs and things like that, which I don't think happens a lot anymore, right? Is just rally point now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you should play with Megan. She's a very good setter. But you
It's
can
always
get
funny
up.
when I play with somebody that hasn't seen me play before and they're really tall and then I block them and they're
You're like,
just like
what just
completely
happened?
dumbfounded. Like, but
That's,
you're half my height.
have you always had hops then? Like when did the hops come into play?
Yeah. Back before I started injuring my ankles frequently, I could actually touch rim on a basketball goal, even at five
Wow.
six.
Nice, man. Well, so tell me from your time being a real estate agent, what do you like about it so far? What's your favorite part? What's been the part that you're most excited about every day?
Well, favorite part is definitely just making it to the closing table, helping to make my clients' dreams a reality. And especially with the first time buyers, getting to see them move into their first home
Yeah,
and just start a life in that home is incredible.
yeah, for
But
sure.
also over time, definitely will be just continuing to build these relationships over time and help some people multiple times and start
Mhm.
helping their friends as well.
That's one of my favorite things about it is like you become friends with people that you never would have met, if
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
had a different job or whatever. So it's really cool. And they become friends. And then the cool thing is, like you said, they'll refer you a friend when that friend's ready to move. And then you're kind of like, oh, if I like you, I'm sure I'm gonna like your friend. And so, just
Hmm.
it's a pretty neat, a neat situation. That's cool. So for people that want to connect with you online or see what all you're doing, what all you're about, where can they find you? How do they connect with you?
So you can find me at Matt Baker Indie Realtor on Instagram and on Facebook.
Boom. Sounds good, man. Well, thanks for jumping on here with me, and we're gonna have an amazing year. It's gonna be great,
Yes, we are. Looking forward to it.
even if Andy's your favorite, and I don't blame you. He's my favorite too. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Terry.